guys for problems today. So we're gonna play it on here. Let's see if I can get it on.
My impression of Marcus Aurelius. I think it was one of the true philosopher kings. You know, one of those people that had all this power and all this, I would say, control, and didn't really let it go to him. He tried to be just in a way that was really serving the people. Not many leaders out there like him. So just wanted to go. Oh yeah, yeah. Just get out there and read, man.
So when you're lifting weights, how does it? I guess you just use the grip in a certain way. Now you have to grip it differently for certain. What is it like? Free weights more? Or?
Not really. It's just how would I say it? It doesn't really impact anything. It's just something I noticed. You know, at this point, you know, putting my hand in the ground, you notice things. Like it feels normal, but there's always gonna be something.
Experiences just.
Mm, Not exactly. Hard. I say in any form of the sense, it's hard to really grasp someone that's, you know, what happened to them and how they're. I'm not sure I can say on that. Help. You know, just trying to be able to stay on the field. Um, I don't know. Focus is trying to slim down because I just want to be healthy.
On the earlier would you feel like being able to tackle the natural football league, the body work you put out there, you know, power and your speed?
I don't really have to have the belief anyway. So yeah, anybody comes, I gotta win. It don't really matter what happened last year.
Because I apologize. All your other injuries, that money time that all like done before.
At this point, I'm really just in the process of getting back and getting acclimated. You know, so
And how optimistic that this time take over it was going to come out of build. What is it?
man, I was like, all right, I got a plan, and I guess I'm, you know, got a great, you know, I think it's all coming together.
Yeah, playing your best football again.
You know, I feel like I'm not there yet, and so you know, every day I really get the chance to, you know, especially in these past couple months, really just to sharpen my mind. You know, now I get to go make it physical. So the best is yet to come.
So when you know, like your persona just social circumstances does seem very introspective and very bad. Do you have to flip a switch when you're crossing the white line? Do you figure out the persona different?
No, not really. It's kind of the same. You know, I guess it's a aggressive defense. You know, I say what I want, react how I want, and from there, you have to react or I can correct you. So it's coming life.
Have you had a chance to read just the assessments that Cam Jordan has made about what type of player you become? Yeah, he was highly complimentary. He said, you mentioned how good your stats were, how well you played last year, how effective you were at some of the minutes, offensive backfield. you see yourself in that light?
Uh, yeah, I can say the real thing just for me right now. I just be thinking I want to make every play. There should be no reason why I can't. Yeah, simple. Oh man, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the whole weight room staff. Him, Clap, Rob, Bird. We got a great staff, and just seeing them working. These past couple of weeks, getting work in with them. I'm really excited. Especially for how my body can transform still. Peace.
Getting out there, running with the twos, with the threes, whatever it may be. They're really vital reps, so now they can go out there and do it and see it, and just feel that much more comfortable with everybody. Chemistry's coming along.
Yeah, I imagine you'll already probably by the end of this week have more preseason game snaps too. All of those preseason.
Probably. We'll hear about it when they tell us, but I'm imagining so. As whatever they call them, I'm going to be excited. I just want to go out there and play and get reps with these guys. There's nothing better than going out there and live bullets. That's how you really learn. It's been awesome. Andy's just really taking me under his wing. I've been fortunate here. I mean, last year I had Trevor and Taysom and Jameis, and then we had Andy, and learned so much. Year 12, you can't ask for more. He's seen everything. Takes his time to come up to me and say, "Hey, let's talk about the play when you get a second. This is what I see. This is what I've done. I've taken a lot of things that he does and put it into my game. So really appreciate it. It's been great."
From your perspective about America, what you've seen so far,
He's doing really good. Again, in OTAs and right now, his speed. We were talking about it yesterday. Nobody's getting off the line. So you see it in one-on-ones today. You see it just. He always knows where to line up. Never asks what the play. He knows everything. He's in the playbook. He works hard. You see him in the preseason too.
As far as the type of judge on the act, you judge that ability.
Yeah, I think it's good to just to have in my arsenal, I guess. At the hard way a few times, but I don't want to lean on it. But if we get 2 minutes yesterday, right the first, get down, be safe, move on to the next play. My job is to move the ball down the field, however that is. It's different in the league for sure, but I got it, and I think I can get away from a few guys if I have to. It'll be good to see how it works in the preseason. Yeah, that's cool. No, I haven't. When he's been going, he's been with Jameis. Today was cool. Got to throw him a dagger in team, so that was fun. I'm just getting to know him, just seeing how he attacks every day. I mean, these practice reps mean everything to him, like they should to everybody. So, pretty cool to be out there and to see the way that he practices. It's pretty cool.
Are you looking for underdogs because you're probably message for the field presenting look who's open?
I mean, we have our reads. Don't get me wrong, but it's one of the best receivers for a reason. So that's the good thing about having him, but also the hard thing about being a quarterback sometimes. But if you watch him, he's pretty much open every play. So you got to get through your reads and do what we're talking. Having him out there is a big emphasis. The teams know that, and we know that. Yeah. Taysom's been great when he was in the quarterback room with me and now at tight end. I mean, everybody knows his abilities. I mean, he's a freak athlete to just, go do tight end reps one day and ask him to throw. And, like, not many people can do that. So, Taysom for that. And it's really his speed. Like, he can just pull away from people. And he's got, a natural God-given ability to catch the football when he was, quarterback his whole life. So it's pretty special. He's unique to have on a team. When I'm out there with him, I'm trying to give him the ball a little bit. That's right. It's my guy. So, I just like working with him. And he can see the field different now that he's played quarterback. Now you can go to tight end. It definitely helps. Cool. I mean, Jameis is consistent day in and day out. To me, it's the same. Like his hard work is different. He really does lead last, and just trying to work out with him, trying to do stuff like it's hard. I mean, he really puts in work, and he's been awesome to me. We're locker buddies in there. We talk about life, we talk about football. He just cares about football 24/7. So not that changed, but that's still sticking out.
He's not just running away from people. He's running away. He uses physicality to get the position.
It's a little bit of everything. I would say his physicality. He's so violent when he runs, and he can create separation that way. I mean, he's a big body that, from what I've observed and just been able to see this year with his time, he just creates space. He understands space on the field, and that's what the quarterback is looking for, and that's special in a receiver. Not everybody has that, and just his ability to find that green grass, as the quarterbacks would say, it is pretty special. That's what we're about.
Aaron, I know body language when you see it sometimes. But you describe what you see with your body language on the field, what he's saying to you when you're coaching practice, which is just
It's good to see him celebrating his hard work, but he's calm, very, very calm, collected. After the period ends and I come off to the sideline, he wants to know, like, hey, like, what happened on that corner out today in one-on-ones? What did you see? Just wants to work on his game daily. He's in the locker room early, stretching, doing all this stuff. Like, he really prepares his body for practice. That's something I've also noticed. And then playbook wise, just knowing all the splits. You got an offense that can be confusing for people, and he's done a great job of just being in the box at that time.
Year with Curry and that quarterback room, how is y'all's relationship?
It's been great. RC's taught me a lot, just from last year until now. Just we've made so much progress. I feel like the playbook is just something I've really gotten to just understand so much more. And he's there today. I mean, we're texting about plays, what we see. He understands the quarterback position. I feel like that's huge in that quarterback coach role. He understands, like, this is what we want to do, but this could happen. He's not. He just understands what it is to play quarterback, which is really big for me. And he's up there cutting up film for us, putting us in our position, and I appreciate everything he says about it. I got a lot. I can't tell. No, I'm just kidding. No, BK is great. I'm excited for him at LSU. No story stick out more than just like game day when he's just screaming at me, and then at the end of the game we win something, and he comes up to me and he's like, "This is what it's all about. This is what happens when you don't fold, you keep fighting." And that's what we do. Notre Dame win. And, those are the moments that I'll remember. He put to be my best and give me my opportunity to play. So excited to see LSU. I've never been up there. I also want to try to go to the game. So yeah, no. I mean, I like a coach that's demands a lot from us, and he did that to the quarterback position, and I appreciated it. But at the end of the day, he wins wherever he goes, right? I mean, people are wondering if he's going to fit into the culture. He's going to go down there, he's going to demand excellence, and he's going to win football games. So excited to see that. Yeah, I mean, a little bit, but I understand the coaching world and the opportunities that they get, just like us players. So just excited for him. It's a great game for him, and a Notre Dame man regardless. He gave it his all in Notre Dame, so cannot be mad at him. Yeah. So we talked a few times. He texted me on my start against the Dolphins. He actually went to the game, texted me. He said he was at my first start in college, wanted to be at my first start in the league. So I was pretty. He was up there in the box watching. But my next thing is to go out there and see him. So got a lot of people out there ready to see. Good. Yeah. Thanks.
Of hey, let's make sure we're helping him understand the stuff that we're going to ask him to do and give him the proper technique to be successful. So I appreciate that, and with that being said, I'm still very raw in a lot of this stuff. It's nice to get some. Yeah, I was laughing with our tight end coach the first day. Like, hey, just come with me and let's work on 3-point stance because I was struggling with him. I've never done that before. And so, like I said, we started from ground zero. We just started building from there. I don't know. I mean, I've never shied away from letting guys know what mine was, what my expectation was. I would say I'm at peace with knowing how the league works, right? And so things aren't up to me. And so with that being said, I'm willing to do what I need to do to help us win ball games, and I'm at peace with that and helping, knowing that I'm contributing to us winning games, and I love playing, and so it creates opportunities for me to add value and be on the field and compete and do all that stuff, and I'm certainly at peace with that. Having like the opportunity to kind of separate yourself from last year a little bit. What was that for you? Just like every single time you got on the field, there's something new you were doing. Yeah, I mean, certainly frustrating. It's hard to get in a rhythm when you start to have different pop up or you miss a number of games with one injury and then a number of games because of another one. But that's part of the game, and unfortunately, sometimes you have seasons that go that way, and that's not a new thing to me. And, but we made the most of it. Yeah, good question. I think it was maybe like 2 weeks after the season, something like that.
Do you expect to throw some passes this year? Do you expect to play some quarterback?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I think we've got a structure of what we've been doing in the past, and I think we'll just continue to build on that.
If you're working meetings, you're not in quarterback meetings anymore. So.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the conversation was this is my 6th year here, and I've sat through those install meetings with QBs a lot of times now. And so again, it's about being exposed to different areas and trying to get the proper technique and doing things that I'm going to be asked to do. So the conversation was, hey, you've been a part of these meetings for a long time. Why not get exposure to somewhere else? Then we're going to ask you to do some of this stuff.
Is your background as a quarterback help this transition?
Yeah, it helps a lot. I would say in the pass game for sure. As I approach stuff in the pass game, I kind of just do what I would want a tight end to do if I was playing quarterback for that rep. And so I've taken that mindset into the tight end position. The run game, I would say, is pretty much on looking at it from this perspective. So I would say that's been the biggest learning curve.
That transition.
Look, I think the element of my game of playing quarterback, there was a physical element to that, but it's a completely different mindset, playing tight end versus versus quarterback, and I would say it's a more mental game than it is physical at the quarterback position. Tight end, it's like, hey, you have your responsibility, and there's a certain element to it, but far more physical in that position than the quarterback position. So I would say that's the biggest difference and transition for me. It's a completely different mindset.
Have you watched some tight ends in the league?
For sure. Well, I would say most of the stuff that I've done is I've watched the guys that have played here. I respect what these. Let's say my respect tight ends have done here historically has just gone up as I've been in their media room. I didn't fully understand what we asked them to do, and so I've paid very, very close attention to what they're doing. Watching film, I've just tried to replicate what they're doing. I would say that most of my emphasis has been with the guys here, so I'm a big believer of just watching the guy in front of you. And so, I really respect, Adam Troutman. I respected him when I was playing with him as a quarterback. And Nick Burnett, and I think Juwan's been able to make this great transition from the receiver room to the tight end room. And so I've watched what they've done. And like I said, just try to replicate what they're doing.
Is that one part of the game for you?
I don't know. I mean, anytime you have an opportunity to score, that's kind of the icing on the cake. So sure, I don't know that there's one thing that I would say in particular. I still would say that my mind is I would rather throw a touchdown than run one, but being able to be at the goal line when that you're going to need a strong physical run to get in, that's something that I enjoy for sure. About Adam? I would say, aside from the quarterback room, and again, I haven't been exposed to other rooms, but I would say the tight ends are probably asked to do the most when it comes to mentally, physically. They've got to put their hand in the ground and block a defensive end, but then they're running a route against a safety or DB, and so you're undersized in one element and then you're oversized in the other. And there's so many different fronts and techniques, and you're expected to know all the different sets and what that looks like for you. And I would say Adam is a guy that we're all still learning, but I really respect his approach to the game mentally. And I think he understands on so many different levels, and his ability to translate, being in the film room and drawing the X's and O's and understand out on the football field is very impressive. I would say that's what sticks out. Adam? Yeah, I think that is true. I know that he's played quarterback at some point. I don't know what level that was.
How you process initially the transition
About meeting with the tight ends?
just about when it first told you, I guess in spring, because you want the tight end stuff like that. How do you
Well, I think initially I was a little bit surprised of how it was communicated, but as we've gone down the road, as I've had further conversation, I think it makes perfect sense, and I don't think the role at which what I have been doing is going to change. It's just expanding that role. And so as we had conversation about it, again, I felt like, hey, they're trying to give me the best opportunity to be successful, and knowing they're going to be asking me to do things that I've never done before. So why not get exposure there? Made a lot of sense to me. Yeah.
just real quick, I'm pretty stance. Can you give an example of, I think a lot of people remember like what's so hard about catching down,
Well, I don't know. I mean, expected, defense doesn't just line up in the same front every single time. And so when you get in a 3-point stance, you have to have the ability to see everything in front of you and knowing, what the play is. We have some checks. And so I think a balance is being able to move multiple directions, right? And being able to see what's happening in front of you. But then be able to explode off and have a run set both ways, or have a pass set if that's what ends up happening. So I think I'm used to, I've rushed the punter for a long time, and that's such a different stance and different technique than what this was. And it was because of the element of being asked to do multiple things on a particular play call.
Because you've done all these different transitions, you played so many different roles. When VA or Rick was had that conversation with you, has it been easier for you to accept because you have this background of playing different roles and making these transitions? Your ego involved.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up today. Once again, this concludes today's. Let me put this camera right up on here. Okay, this concludes today's Sports Talk with Kerry Wehmeyer show. We will be back on tomorrow with Saints reports if we have them. So everybody have a good rest of your Tuesday afternoon, and we'll see you again tomorrow.